what I was thinking, this is like this isn't funny, but this is what I was thinking even too, is like, which is like how we disagree on some things. Like if we look at where we're at with the pandemic and with everything that's going on, even January 6th, right? Like all the events that we've lived through just in the last couple years, and you look at how the media and the people portray them and how the government remembers them and how they portray them back to us, it's so off. It's so messed up. It's inaccurate. You know, it's the deadliest pandemic in American history. Everyone's going to die. The insurrection, democracy under siege, you know? So if you apply that, that's how these things are going to get taught in government schools. That's how they're going to be recorded. That's how they're going to be remembered. And if just in your lifetime, if you've seen this, and this is how the government educates us in real time, why would you trust the government then to educate your child about the things of the past? And why would you trust that their narrative is correct on just about anything? You know, and it really brings that up because it's like the whole education system, like I was thinking about some of my teachers. I knew a bunch of retarded people, like absolutely fecklessly stupid people in high school that wanted to be teachers. Everyone knew this. And then they went to college, like a low college, took some bullshit degree, then became teachers. And they were still retarded. And they became teachers. I didn't trust that person to get my lunch order correctly in high school.
They weren't bright.
Well, exactly, but they became teachers. Now, this isn't everyone. But it's like, so you take this retarded person who has no world experience teaching a curriculum from the government that has no interest in telling the truth or teaching you. Why do you not expect things to become nefarious, to become confusing, to become like why did you not expect this to happen? Why did you trust the government to handle your kid's life?
Because it's scary to think that there's such a high level of the government, teachers, things, people that are educating your kids, telling you how to live your life. It's frightening to think that they are evil. Like that is a scary thought. Like you're supposed to, when all is added up, the good is supposed to outweigh the bad, especially here in America where we're free to do that. All the stuff that we believed in for generations just came apart at the seams in the past few years. And we realized everything is utter bullshit. And it's frightening because we based our whole existence as Americans, our pride in our country, our that we excel at things, that we're kind of the leader of the, and then you go, oh, it was all shit. It's a scary concept. So I think people would like to just adhere to the old thing that it is good. We're all good. The government's good to us. And there are some bad apples, but when the truth of the matter is, I think it's a lot worse than people even think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. The other thing, too, that occurs to me about whenever we see stories like this, that particularly that pertain to the education system, I think, where the hell do these teachers get off in doing this and in thinking that they're justified? Yeah, that's probably true.
I think this is what gets them off, actually.
Yeah, well, it's sick.
So there's a janitor full time, right?
Because like when you read through, there's an Epoch Times, however that's pronounced, article that basically it goes through this, and these teachers are like, well, we don't have an official roster. There's no official documentation of these clubs existing. None of this is on the record. So, you know, when you can basically hide this, and when children are participating, and you're not talking about like a 16-year-old teenager. You're talking about children, like little children that have no concept of anything. And for these parents to be basically, I don't know, like lied to like this. Not even lied to, it's worse than that. What's a worse word that I can't even think of the correct
just kept in the dark.
No, they're deceptive. It's like intentional manipulation and deception.
It's worse than that, though, because they're not just lying.
No, they're keeping them in the dark.
Yeah, it's whatever nefarious word people can think of for this.
Sneaky.
It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's so
They're
horrible.
being poopadoodles.
They are poopadoodles. They are nibbling poopadoodles, Elijah. It's very bad. No, but I just think, who the hell put these people in a position where they thought that this was acceptable, and then allowed them to basically proliferate these ideas in this way without anyone basically stepping in and going, no. It shits me to death.
It's amazing how easily, and we're talking about the kids being changed in their minds, but I know one guy that became a teacher, and he was an actor when I was trying to become a stand-up, and he failed as an actor. He was just a really shitty fucking actor. So he's like, I don't know, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to start supply teaching so I can, instead of waiting tables at 42, I'm going to be a supply teacher to try and audition for commercials.
That man is Alec Baldwin.
That man went on to kill a woman without pulling a trigger. And then he starts supply teaching, and then he's like, oh, great news. I'm like a full-time teacher now. No fucking, like, guy's got a bachelor's degree in fucking jerking off in the mirror. And then all of a sudden, he goes on to do this. And people, as they weaken, they think, I just need to make people happier to get what I want. So they accept that mandate that they have to push onto these kids. And they're just being used by the government to do it. And those are the most fucking woke people that I know, are these people that become teachers because they were failures later in life.